This ain't about me, it's all in my
Like, okay, it looks brown to me, but I'm not sure. So like I always have to ask people, or it's like even thinking when I go shopping for clothes, like it's like I buy a shirt and it's like, what color does it have in like the pattern, you know? It's like, 'cause I'm not sure. I always look stupid and people think that I'm trying to flirt with them. It's like the ladies at the when I'm buying the shirt, it's like, no, I really can't tell what color it is, you know? So it's just kind of like I didn't realize it until like I was adult when I joined the service. I had to take this color vision test in order to go airborne. And basically they showed me a marker, like, what color is this? I'm like, red. What color is this? Green. I'm like, okay, cool, you passed. But I didn't pass there's like, I guess they're like circles and have all these like weird patterns in it. And you're supposed to be able to see a number. So it's like, I think I seen like 2 out of like 14. And so I'm like, oh, this dude's colorblind, you know? So it's like, and ever since then, it's like
That's
I started,
when you find out.
yeah, and I was like, everything started to make sense now. I was like, oh, like I never matched when I was growing up. And
Hey,
so,
that's
but
an interesting story, man. Not till then you're like, hey,
yeah, you know, and so it's like when I'm picking colors, it's like if I can't tell right off the bat what it is, and if it doesn't specifically say that color, even if it's like a different shade of it, then I was like, I'm kind of like leery about buying it because I'm not 100% sure on what color it is. So like with these color pencils,
but you do see tones.
Yeah, I
right?
see the tones.
Like all
yeah.
the tones are there. It's just like you're not sure what the color is.
Yeah.
Okay. So like you just keep them in the same tonal range, but yeah.
That's kind of the reason why when I started like dabbling in the art or like painting or whatever, I went to like the fluid art, like on the abstract side. It's just because I didn't care what colors to use, because then when they all mesh together, it just creates different colors as it is, you know. Yeah, so it's like, oh, cool, I could work with this. That's why I fell in love with the fluid art. And once I started kind of like doing like stuff like this with the actual characters and stuff like that, I kind of stick to colors that I can tell, or they're like solid colors, like easy, that they're distinguishable, that I can tell between, like differentiate between the two. And you know, I went that route. But like, if I can, I'm like, I don't know what I would be doing right now, man.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's like one of those little stories that like people trip out when I tell them. It's like,
yeah, because honestly, like the art you're making, you wouldn't think that,
right,
to be the case, you know, because you are creating stuff that's very colorful, very like, you know, you're very, I guess, selective with the colors, the bold colors and stuff like that.
So you see that I have a lot of black in my stuff. It's just like, or like I use them more as like the outlines, or I tend to go a lot towards the black or like certain color blues, just because I can distinguish the colors easier, you know. And then it's like when I get into like the reds, it's like, then that's when I start having issues. It's like if it's not like, if it doesn't say like red, bright red, or crimson red, and it's like I think that one's red.
So in your case, you definitely have to keep your bottles clean. So or label them. Do you label them?
I label them.
Yeah, because the stock label rubs off.
They rubs off. Yeah. So it's like, I'm like it's like right there at my house, they always get made fun of because I'm like doing some stuff like that. It's like, oh, did the color come off again, or the label came off? It's like,
at your house?
Yeah, it's just like, you know, it's fine. I kind of got used to it though after this time. It's been a while, so it's just like, oh wow, what can you do, right?
Yeah, you can't really. What about streetlights, man?
I think it's just I base it on the height, because like, you know, those new ones that they had, they're like, you know, sometimes you can't even tell like if it's on or something, you know. It's just like I'm just gonna go and like risk it, see what happens, you know. But like I know when like those ones I was able to tell. But like when I was in the service, there's like when we're getting ready to jump out of an airplane, they have like these amber, it's an amber color, and then I think it's basically kind of like the same colors to the streetlights. But it's, I don't know if it's because it's darker in there, it's kind of hard to tell. So it's like, dude, just if the top light's on, don't go. The bottom one's on, you're okay to go. So I kind of based it off of that. So it's just like, you know, I've been fortunate though, I haven't had any issues where it's become like an issue for me. But it's just like sometimes I did notice that it's like kind of hard to like tell them. But like if I can see like the order that it's in, then I'm good.
Then you're good. Yeah, because the order, I don't think it's ever changed.
I don't think that's ever changed, and I hope it doesn't.
Right?
They're gonna throw a lot of us off.
For real. So, how long were you in the service for now?
I was in from '01 to '06. So throughout the whole time that I was there, I was airborne. So I was stationed on the East Coast, pretty much for my whole tour, and then I re-enlisted to go to Okinawa. So I lived in Japan for a little while.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, I loved it out
Dude,
there. That's how
yes,
I got.
brother, 'cause you got
That's how I got into
anime.
anime.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and it's like it's real big out there. It's like if it's not bowling or karaoke, that's the next biggest thing. It's just like they
Yeah.
have karaoke parlors on like every other block, and bowling alleys similar like that, like every other 2 blocks, but they always have something like anime related.
Yeah.
No matter where you go in there. So I think that's one of the things that I gravitated towards it. I just didn't understand what they were saying because they didn't have subtitles. But eventually, like when I came back to the States, it was just like I was like all over freaking anime, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, man. And you were there for how long?
I did like maybe it was close to 2 years, so it was like a year and like 9 months, give or take. Yeah.
So you were like in a base or?
Yeah, so we're actually the only army installation there. Everywhere else is like either Marines or Navy or Air Force. So it's like we always got shit everywhere we went. It's like, but I was with the Special Forces unit, so it's like we basically did what we wanted. Like when you're driving around in like trucks or anything like that, you're supposed to have like your Kevlar's on, which is like your helmet. We didn't care. We just ride around without them, and it's like we get all kinds of shit. Like, hey, you guys are supposed to be wearing this, and we're not Marines, so like we don't care. So it's like they used to give us all kinds of shit because of it. It's just like so it's kind of like it was cool. It's like I had a blast out there, man. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, definitely a blast. Jumped into the Philippines, partied out there for a little bit.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude. So it was cool, man.
Yeah, man. So you've traveled quite a bit then, man.
I've been around the block. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, dude.
I think it was total like 7 different countries I've been to.
And what would you do again? Where would you go back?
If I were to go back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a new
I don't
place.
know.
Where would you want to go that you haven't been, or that you didn't get a chance to go?
I would probably like to get stationed in Germany.
Germany.
Yeah, like right now that Oktoberfest is going on, that'll be like,
yeah.
It's funny is because speaking of Oktoberfest, we had just got back from a deployment, and our plane was having like these technical issues, so we actually stood out there during the Oktoberfest for like 2 weeks just for plane maintenance. Which wasn't the case. It's just everybody wanted to party, dude. Like, yeah, like
What?
1 beer a day, and that's your limit. And it's like, that's cool. I only need 1 beer to get drunk anyways. I'm like, I haven't drank in so long, so it's like pretty cool. But like the beers are like the cups that they give them to you, and they're like 32 ounce.
Yeah,
it's like a
big ass
32 ounce right there. So it's like, and the beer's a lot stronger. So it's like,
You guys
if I
get
definitely can
fucked.
stay, yeah, dude. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm cool with 1 beer, man. But if I
Nobody
can
argued.
get stationed out there, I definitely would.
that's
But
pretty
I
cool.
think it would be probably bad on my part. I'll probably get in trouble.
Why?
Be driving on the Autobahn or somewhere,
Oh,
or getting too like drunk or.
Yeah. That's funny, dude.
But other than that, I think I would do it over again. Like go back in even after everything that's kind of like took place and what's going on, and I definitely think I would go back and do it again. Yeah.
Oh, that's good, man. So you definitely had a very enjoyable time. It wasn't all bad.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like any other job that you do.
It gets
It gets redundant, or you get complacent with things,
Yeah.
or, you always have that asshole of a boss. I'm sorry, can I cuss? I didn't even notice.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Okay.
yeah, you get cussed, dude.
Oh, okay. So you get like stuff like that, but it's like the norm, and you just deal with stuff, and
So yeah, it gets like every other work spot.
yeah. The only good thing about it is that you get to travel every now and then, but the thing that sucks is that it's like those commercials that they used to have back in the days, like you do more before 6 o'clock than some other people do throughout their whole day, which is literally true. But at the same time fucking sucks because be doing like a freaking ruck march or something like that, or you'll be doing some type of training, or you're waking up in the freaking swamp areas, or it's like crazy.
Yeah. So there's stuff that really suck about it.
Yeah, but at the same time it's cool because I've learned a lot, and